Recording in progress.
Just getting everything up and running. And let's see if you follow. Excellent. I love that. How's your husband? Good. Is he a real estate agent as well? Retired? Nice.
You retired Realtor.
Oh, nice. And you all are obviously real estate agents, lender, you said?
No. We own a home inspection company.
Oh, that's right, home inspection. That's nice. And I already know you, and you've been here tortured by me all day. 2 minutes to see if anybody else shows up.
Is this one where we go into, is it one of the apps that we've been talking about, like, or is it?
It's not an app, but we can make it look like an app on your phone. So this is your electronic business card. That you can share with potential clients or your friends, family, vendors, things like that. I like to call it your electronic business card plus, only because it's more than just your name, your phone number, your email address. It's going to have, an IDX search. It's going to advertise your listings. You can have recommended people and vendors, and of course, a real easy way to share information. For both your listing side and of course, just being as a potential buyers or being a buyer's agent, because now you can give your business card electronically, give it to somebody's phone, they now accept you, even if she was on a do not call list, you now entered into a business relationship. So that's something that's very unique about this, or any sort of electronic business card. Add bonus, it's free. So, we got things like that. Yes, ma'am.
If we share our card with our friend or client,
Yep.
do we get their contact?
Yes,
That's the most important.
I'm going to show you all of that. So I'm going to show you how you would go on your phones, activate your account, what you can do, how to set up your buttons, and then you're off to the races. So it's pretty easy. So this will be a very quick class because I think you'll have fun. But yeah, I love this. I think we've had this for 3 years, but it is one of our most used tools by our agents. So adoption wise, I think we have more than 2,000 Orange County Realtor agents using it out of our 15, which is pretty big. When most of our benefits like RPR or RELA has about 1,000. So the adoption rate is really, really nice.
Is that eventually, are they going to be charging like?
As far as I know, no. I think because this is such a nice adopted tool. Now, we were talking about offering this to our affiliate members, whereby now, they would have something like this to be able to easily share it not only with agents, their information, stuff like that as well. But I don't know where we're at with that. So hopefully
It must be pretty close, because that's why I signed up on the email or whatever it was I saw. It said it was available now for affiliates.
Well, there is an advertisement portal in the MLS. So when you notice in the dashboard, you got a little couple of sections there. That's for advertisement. Savvycard's running that. So basically, an affiliate member, title, escrow, inspectors can now pay a monthly subscription or 6-month or a yearly subscription. They will help you develop the advertisement the way you want. And now anytime somebody goes into the MLS, at that dashboard, your flyer will come up. And only to Orange County. So if you only belong to us, that's great. You belong to multiple boards, then you have to pay. Whatever.
So who do you talk to do that?
I think they're still working out the full negotiations on that right now. So it's coming. I wanted to get the affiliate members on their own Savvycards because that would have made that other portion so much easier. And unfortunately, the board of directors didn't see the same benefit, especially because two of those board of directors are affiliates. And they just kind of went, use something else.
Right.
So
It's always hard to get people to talk to.
adopt new things and think it's not just about you, it's about everybody else that doesn't have access to the same stuff you do. So I think I think I'm winning my higher ups over by look at the success here. So we'll see. We'll see. We're right there. I think they're waiting for the transition, but right now it's all contract negotiation right now. So, all right. Well, good afternoon, young lady. Thank you very much for putting up with me all day. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anthony. I work here at Orange County Realtors. Been here now for 20 years, started off in the MLS department. Guaranteed I'll speak to all of you regarding rules, regulations, violations, all that fun stuff. I'm your technology trainer. So you'll see me either at offices or here at the board teaching things like MLS, zip forms, and of course, all the tech tools that are available to you. Now, what we're going to go over today is Savvycard. I like to call this your electronic business card plus. Okay. Now, what's really neat about this, and if I can get this going. What is Savvycard? It's basically a push button, simple prospecting and marketing tool for realtors and their listings. Eventually, we will have this, hopefully, not only for realtors, but also affiliates as well to advertise businesses. Okay. Now, what's cool about this is that as an agent, not only do you have a free business card pre-created, and actually this is a website for you, but you also have one called Property Savvycard. So any listing you list in the MLS, Savvycard is going to be automatically emailing you that property website automatically. So you can share that with your clients, things like that to help advertisement. But it's a simple push button thing. And by the way, this is a real live real estate agent from Remax out in, I want to say Missouri, I think, or Illinois. Now, when you think about this, why Savvycard? Think about what you're spending most of your time doing. Most of your real estate lives, most of your business life, you're all about prospecting. You spend more time prospecting than you do closing and qualifying leads, right? That's a large chunk, right? Marketing, advertising. Costs you a lot of money. You hand out a ton of business cards. How many of you still hand out business cards today? Right? You got to think about this. When we kind of, what's your return on investment? You're roughly spending about 60 cents per card to somebody, but you have to hand out at least 1,000 business cards before you get what, 1 or 2 leads, right? Why is that? Because when you hand somebody a business card, you're crossing your fingers hoping that they will give you business. It's an excuse. It's an excuse to walk away. Give me your business card. I'll give you a call. Give me your business card. I now walk away. It's a way to end the conversation. How many often do I get to call that?
Not often.
Not often, right? That's frustrating, especially when you thought that we had a great conversation, right? This is a little bit different. Why? Because what happens to that business card? Left in the pocket. Coaster, right? We know this as guys, right? Wife doesn't want to yell at us because we don't want to leave brains on the furniture. The baby is a great chew toy, especially now that some of the business cards are super thick or made out of plastic or metal, right? The dog eats it. It is used to level out the chair or the table while we're dining. I've seen that literally at a restaurant once or twice recently. It was the funniest thing. I'm like, oh my God, I've heard about this. I've never seen it. And of course, that's what we do. What I love about this is that you're gonna be able to text your Savvycard when you meet a prospect. They're gonna add your contact information to their phone because it's gonna automatically ask them, can I add you to your contacts list, which now we follow up in a couple of days, but now instead of us coming up as an unknown or blocked number, they're gonna see our names. And as we all know, when we see somebody's name that looks familiar on our phone, we're going to more than likely answer the phone, right? Or respond to that text message. Kind of that same concept, okay? Which now helps us solidify our relationship. We remember our conversation because I remember your name and she remembers my name. We spark off that conversation and continue it on. We solidify that relationship because now with the solidified relationship, we can now do business. Right? So, what I like about this is that, or why it's also called a Business Card Plus, it's got a simple IDX search engine built into it. You're going to be able to capture leads very quickly and easily. You're going to self-optimize your search rankings. Now, why is this possible? This is not an app. This is a website. Websites always get really high Google search engines as they're used and accessed. This is why we want to share and make sure that everybody uses their Savvycard to contact us, whether it's call, email, or text, because this ranks us higher in our rankings above and beyond these third-party websites that like to advertise us, but now they refer them to other people, right? Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.coms of the world. So this is a big one for us if you're worried about self-optimization. Again, this can be free, or this is free, because as people use it, it just elevates us higher. Okay. You even have a branded email signature available, but more importantly, it's all about instant customer engagement. How? With all these various different buttons. They can do things very independently. In your Savvycard, you're going to have a call button. When they tap it, it's going to call your phone. Got an email button. Great. You know, they email you directly. It's even got a text message button, a share button, which will demonstrate how fun this is today. The listings. Now you'll notice here that when it comes to the listings, it's got two choices. The featured listings. The featured listings are all your listings in the MLS that are active or coming soon. So you're not going to see anybody else's listing that way under featured, even if you work at a different broker or at a brokerage that advertises featured listings. This is only the listing agent. Now, find homes is the IDX search. This allows you or that person to find properties. But there's going to be an added bonus here, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a listing outside the Orange County,
If it's not in the MLS,
it is in MLS, but it's different type, different MLS. We have,
what MLS system?
I think it's called the Flex.
Flex MLS? Flex is part of CRMLS. They data share with CRMLS. So if you have a listing in Flex, it's going to be seen in CRMLS, which now will be found under your featured listings. Okay.
Okay.
But you have to be the listing agent or the co-agent.
What about the one close, like the housing, the listing close?
Then it's no longer an active featured listing, it's a closed property.
So it won't see it.
But it'll show it if it's in pending or active under contract or coming soon or active. Okay. Does that help?
I mean,
Yeah.
No, I mean, most clients, they want to see what your previous, how many homes with these
Listing.
listing.
Um,
So, and property.
Shoot me an email, see if I can get them to have like a listing inventory. But they usually like to try to keep that clean for all your current actives, because there are some agents that we probably have all seen that have about like 200 active listings because they have just a huge team, and other agents that only have one or two. So for them, just to keep things clean, they usually only allow certain statuses.
So for example, if you have a team and you can put your brokers,
If you're not the listing agent or the co-listing agent on the property, it won't show up as your feature. Because this is meant to be for you. You want to advertise you. Right? Because when I'm dealing with a client or you're dealing with a client, it's all about you, not about the company, right?
right, but last time I'm with the broker and all the broker listing is show on all the
Websites.
website. Right?
Mhm.
I mean, like my own website,
Mhm.
when the client pull it up, they see all the listing
Right.
in my brokerage.
So then when they click on that listing, did the lead come to you or did it go to some call center?
Come to you.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, here, this is all for you and your listings. So it's really important that you go out and get listings, right? Why we door knock, why we advertise, right? Prospect. By the way, we have an organization button, which we'll talk about that one. Find your office. The more button, this allows us to access things like your social media, or your clients could access all your social media platforms. Your recommend, this one is going to be key, because I love this one. Info about you, and of course, other fun stuff. Now, a property savvy card. Basically, anytime you list a property in the MLS, it's a single party website. Simple push buttons, share to the social media, and of course, they have what they call the seller share. The nice thing about this is that when you get this email, when you list a property, whoops, and you get an email that says, hey, congratulations, Savvycard created your property Savvy card. Click on this button to share it with your seller. What you're doing is you're getting your seller to do some work. Hey, advertise your home for sale for me. So when they click on the share button that's in this list of buttons, they can share it to their social media, which now anybody clicking on that button doesn't contact the homeowner, they contact me, the listing agent, which is huge. So I'm getting the seller to do some work for me. Okay, free work, hopefully. But they basically has a contact button for me to be contacted, called, emailed, and text. It's got a link to my Savvy card built into the property. So when the seller shares it, people can download my information. The features about the property, where to find it, where it's located, the photos. I do believe they just recently added video to the property. So if you upload a video to your listing, it now shows that. The share button, and of course, finding other listings. So people, oh, I don't like this home, but let me find other homes in and around the area. Okay. Oh, and the schools. Forgot to mention that. This does have the school button. And what's nice is it doesn't just vet the primary schools, it vets all the schools within a certain mile radius. I think it's 5 miles of the property. So potential buyers can now see what schools are in the area, look at their ratings, kind of learn about the school themselves, rather than necessarily always come to you, even though they may ask you about it, which is good. Okay. This is that email that you get when you list that property. So if you've listed a property recently, you probably automatically see this, or you've put it in your junk. Look for this. Look for this email, because that button down below, share this listing with the home seller. You now send it either via email or text to the client, which now they can share it out to the world and getting them to do some work. Okay. How do we access this? Because this is really important, right? This is why you're here, why you care, right? On your phones, open up your phone. I want you to open up your web browser on your phone. Now, depending on your phone, it's either Safari if you're an Apple user, or if you're Google, open up your browser on your phone. Simply go to www.savvycard.com. Okay. Now, when we do that, we should be taken to a website that looks something very similar to this. Now, this is your first time using Savvycard. We need to claim or get our card. Now, if you're on the computer, you can do this, but if you're on your phone, you should see in the upper right-hand corner some 3 dots or 3 lines. If you tap on those 3 dots or 3 lines, there should be a choice that says Get Savvycard. When you click on that, or tap on that, It's immediately going to ask you for your email address. Now, this email address is important because the email address has to match what's in the MLS. So make sure that the MLS email address is up to date on your profile. Now, once you put in your email address and you hit submit, the system will automatically pull up your account and there'll be a choice that says claim your card. Once you do that, it will ask you or prompt you to create a password for Savvycard. Did it do it?
Well, it's not gonna do it.
We're not in
for us.
MLS.
Yeah.
MLS.
Oh, you're not MLS users, just, or you're not, oh, okay, because you're affiliate members.
Right.
Hey, this is great feedback to give to the affiliate. Because they just had their meeting today. But hey, guys, we want this, we want this. That way they can tell the board of directors to get this going for you.
I got the Savvycard, but I don't have the login information.
Okay, it's usually your email address. And then whatever password you might have created, maybe the MLS password.
You just tell me about it, like you say, learn more.
Sorry, it's the email address associated with what?
With your MLS. So if you look at your profile in the MLS, whatever that email address is, that's what you want to use.
So
If you need to change it, then go under add edit, go under roster, put in your user ID, and then you can change your email, but then you'll have to wait about 24 hours and then claim your card.
So I put your email that associate with the.
With the MLS.
With the
Mhm.
MLS.
With the MLS.
The password,
When you, whatever password you created with Savvycard.
okay, just,
I know I used my MLS password, but that was like 3 passwords ago. That's why I have like a million different passwords running around in my brain. Okay. Now, once you do this, and you've claimed your card, what should happen is that you get a screen that looks like this on your phone. Okay, so after you log in successfully and claim your card and you log in, you should get a screen that looks like this. Now, what you're going to do at this point is you're going to click on where it says view this card. You're going to view what it currently looks like. Don't worry if it doesn't have all the bells and whistles on it just yet, because, hey, when we update this, this will be a lifetime update. Okay. But when we click on view this card, we're going to see what the Savvycard looks like currently. We might be missing like the email, the text button, the about button, the recommend button, things like that, because we can always activate those later. But what you're going to do at this point, after you do this, is that we're going to need to make this look like an app on our phones. Now, anybody know how to make an app on their phone from a website?
Save the page.
Close. Depending on your phone device. If you're an iPhone user, anytime you have the web open, you're going to notice some icons at the bottom. One of those icons is the all important magic button or share button. It's the box with the arrow coming out. If you tap on that button, you're going to then choose from a list of menu choices, add to home screen. When you select add to home screen, it's going to have a choice here, and it's going to have your name. All you're going to do then is hit add. What that will do is add this website and make it look like an app on your phone back on your home screen somewhere in one of your many different pages. Hopefully you don't have too many. Okay. Now, if you're an Android user, do I have any Android users here? Okay. If you're an Android user, top right corner of your web browser, tap on the 3 dots. And when you do that, you're going to then choose add to home screen or add shortcut to home screen. At which point, choose add, and it does the same thing. This is how you want to basically bookmark websites on your phone to make them look like apps, right? You could do that with the MLS. You could do that with Savvycard. You could do that with any website, making them look like apps, which is kind of cool. Okay. Now, what's cool about this is that at that time, after you do that, we need to actually now do some button work. So if you look on your phone device, you've got the multiple pages somewhere. iPhone, it's at the bottom, right corner. Android, I think it's, next to the three dots. It's like a dual sheet of paper where it shows all your different websites. What you want to do is you want to get back to this portion of a website. Okay. Now you can do this on the computer, comfort of your home, because you want to take your time to do some of this stuff, right? At this point, we now need to edit our card. So after we've made it look like an app, we now need to add in all the extra buttons, bells, and whistles to make this really kick for us. Okay. First thing that we can do is we can change some of the background information. We can upload a picture. Honestly, what you want to do is email support@savvycard.com. Send in your profile picture. Okay. Typically, it will always have the color and logo of the company you're working with, but then you can upload your photo. If you are a team, you're both standing there, you can upload that image. So both of you are here.
So the upload a picture button doesn't work? Yeah.
It does, but
It just shows up like that.
it just shows up like this. I have limited editing capabilities.
Oh, so like that one that was your
Yeah.
example with the
Young
woman
lady
standing there where it looked like she was.
landed in the
screen.
background.
You have to email it in to get that.
You'd have to email it in to get that one. Or maybe, you know what, I have my own personal logo. And they will for, I think the first time they can do this for free, put in your logo with the company logo. So if you have a team ID or something like our team logo, you can actually have both. You just have to send it over to them. Okay. Next is your buttons. Now, this is the important part. First, what we can do is change the button styles. So we have different styles of buttons that we can pick and choose from.
Where did you want to do that?
So under the next to the picture, there's a tab here called buttons. First, I can change the style of the buttons that I want, make my button stand out, kind of give them a modern look, a little bit more classic look, whatever I want. Okay. Underneath that, I have various different buttons that I can activate. Now, some of your buttons, or most of them, will be like this, like the text message. It'll be in red, meaning that's turned off. You notice it doesn't appear here. How I get this button to turn on and information into this button, simply click on the down arrow next to the button, fill in the information, and then say, yes, have it appear on my Savvycard, and then hit save. Now that activates that button. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to take your time going through your button list and activate the ones that you know you want people to use. Your call, your email, your text for sure. Okay. Find me. I would avoid putting your home address. Last thing you want is clients showing up at your house. Put in your office address. If it's one and the same, okay. You have no choice, right? But hopefully you have a different office address. Okay. About me, like with everything else, you got to have a profile about who you are. Maybe you write a nice little blurb. Maybe you've already got that in a Word file, copy, paste. You can bold it, italicize it, this, that, and the other. But I will show you this. Young lady here in the back, she does video work, right? If you are doing video marketing, one video that I always recommend for agents to always do. It didn't follow me, gosh darn it. Yeah, come on. All right. It's usually going well. Do an intro video of who you are and what you do. Put it on your YouTube channel. Now you can take that YouTube link and put it as part of your About Me. Because more people don't like to read, but they will watch a video all day long. So 30 seconds. Maybe you take out your phone, 30 seconds, record. Hi, this is Anthony, Jack and Joe Real Estate. I've been in the business for 22 years. Blah, 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 blah. I love buying and selling properties all around California because I'm a licensed agent in California. Hit me up if you have any questions. But if you want to know a good place to eat, drink, and you want to live near there, let's do it. I can help you. something fun, quick, entertaining. Okay. About your company. I know companies always love to give information about themselves. So depending on your company, they usually have an about them page or in their listing presentations, copy, paste, do what you need. Okay. Now, one button that I definitely encourage besides your contact information, your recommend. What businesses do you like to recommend? You're an agent, young lady, right? I'm a potential buyer. Who would you recommend for me to use?
Postal inspection services.
Inspection services, lender, title, escrow, right? Guess what? Click on that button here, put in the person that you have that relationship with, what you're recommending people for them to do, like lender, title, escrow. If they have a website, put it in, but more importantly, everybody's got an email address, everybody's got a phone number. This is where the affiliate savvy card would be helpful because as you type this person in, once that affiliate savvy card kicks in, it would say, oh, this person's an affiliate member with Orange County Realtors. Would you like to have their card available in your recommend? You say yes. So less typing you have to worry about doing. All I got to do is just put in your name. Now, besides your title, lender, escrow, inspector, who else does a client might a client need? Painter, mover,
Like local. utility-
general contractor,
utility
local
companies.
utility companies, putting everybody here, right? Now, you don't have to give away the entire cow if you don't want to, but it is a choice. Just simply come down below and then add another person or add another vendor. Right? And again, you don't have to give your entire vendor list away, but the key people to help potential clients do what they need to do.
And those URLs, are they hyperlinks? Will they go straight to the?
They will. If I put one in, if they don't, because I know most affiliates or most people I deal with don't have their own personal website, but they do have an email address and phone number. This was something I really loved the fact that Savvycard finally did, because it about 3 years ago, they only had a website. And I said, hey, most people don't have websites. They do have phones. So they did that for us, which is great. And then again, most importantly, turn it on. Okay. Now, once you're done doing all this, oh, and by the way, your social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you're at, put it up there. Your network, simply, and I think you have a whole slew of them here. Pick, and then put in what that URL is. Right? Because you want everybody to be able to contact you no matter where. Okay? Save that data. Now, once you've done that, now we're ready to do the Savvy card. The more important button is share. Okay? So, young lady, I meet you at the open house. We're having a great conversation, as we were just talking about earlier, right? I unfortunately, because we have 50 or 60 people here, I've happened to run out of all my business. I totally apologize. But I love where we're going. I love what you got to say. I'd like to continue this on, but I know you've got a busy day and you want to see some other homes, right? Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my phone and I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to give you my information. I'm going to share my electronic business card with you. So I got my icon on my phone. I'm going to tap on it. Now from there, what I'm now going to do when I go to share, I'm now given a couple of choices. Do I want to advertise myself on my social media platform or do I want to share it with the individual? I'm now going to say share with this individual. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in their name. Young lady, what's your name?
Susan. Okay,
And what's your phone number?
STANG,
No, what's your phone number?
number phone 760-989-5119.
Okay. And you know what? I'm just going to write myself a message. your dream home. Okay, now at this point, I'm gonna say, okay, I want you to pull out your phone, Susan, and now when I hit share this card, first thing that the system's gonna ask me on my phone is, do I want to download her information onto my phone as a contact? What am I gonna say? Yes, download it, right? I want to click on that, but young lady, did your phone just buzz? Okay, can you read off that message, that text message?
It's a very good meeting with you today at Open House for 1-2 Main Street. Look forward to having you find your dream home.
No, what's in front of that though?
Susan Chang, Anthony Bried,
Yep, Anthony Bried.
and have attached you a Savvycard.
Excellent. So young lady, can you click on the link that's in this Savvycard? So here at the open house, before she leaves my presence, she's gonna tap on that. Guess what she sees? Not on my card. Now guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have you,
At
no, what does it say here?
this.
Dismiss.
Actually, it says, would I like to add, if you want to add Anthony or your name
Contact.
to your contacts, what are you gonna do?
I say add, yeah.
Yes, you're gonna add. So hit add. Now, guess what? You're gonna add me, you're gonna save me. So you can do that. It's okay. I promise not to call you every day.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. Now, from here at this point, I'm now going to instruct her how to save me to look like an app on her phone. So, young lady, launch the arrow, add the home screen. And then now, at any time you want to, you can call me, email, text message me from my app.
Where is the home screen?
So add to home screen. So once you do that, there should be a button here that says add to home screen. Now, see it? Add to home screen right there. There you go, and then just hit add. So now you got an app on your phone. So now, Susan happens to be on the do not call list. Are you on a do not call list, Susan?
No.
Well, just in case she was. Because she's accepted me in her phone, and I've accepted.
If I
her
call
phone,
you,
if
your phone
I
will
call you or you call me, we have now entered into a business relationship. There you go. Did you just hang up?
no.
Oh, okay.
Please check the number and dial
Oh.
again. and you'll-
I think you have the extension number or something.
Oh, yes, I did. That's my.
Just a-
But we've now entered into a business relationship. So even if she had a do not solicit, a do not call, because she's accepted my information into her phone, we have now entered into a business style relationship with each other, which now allows me to reach out to her, contact her, hopefully do business. So this is our work on that do not call list. Peskiness. Because we've met, we've established a relationship. So now we can follow up. Now,
Is there, so do not call this?
yes, there's a federal and a state one. There's even a do not solicit list, federal and state. It's technically our obligation as real estate agents to always go through and, because I know there are some affiliate members like Title and Escrows that have a list of potential contacts. We're still even supposed to vet that list to make sure that what we're being given is not on this list, because if you fail, and they are, you can be fined. It's not a pretty sign. So we've got that. So now what happens here at this point? Back at Savvycard. Yes, ma'am.
Why you charge $149?
I don't. What are you trying to do?
Just say starting, let's,
What is this for? Start improving by adding these extra features. You don't need the extra features. Because everything you got is all free.
okay.
So if you want certain special backgrounds or whatever, and you want them to do it, they're gonna charge you a fee.
Hmm.
So if you leave it alone, like I said, I know what they will and will not do. Kind of thing like customizing that photo for your background, they'll do it one time, but if you constantly go, oh, I want to change, they'll start charging fees. All right, so now I go through the open house. I got 5 or 6, 10, 20, 30 people that I've shared my business card with. Where do I find this information? Well, I'm going to go back into Savvycard. I'm now going to come down below here in my card list and choose card analytics. Under the card analytics, what I'm going to now do, hopefully when this opens. I want to see some information about my card. How many shares my card has gone out to, whether I've shared it or other people have shared it. How many referrals I might have gotten, how many people have viewed my card, so on and so forth, right? But down below, what's important for me and for you, who shared the card, with whom, the message, which by the way, when I export this to my CSV or Excel spreadsheet, I can now import it into my CRM. Which by the way, each person here will have their phone number and potentially their email address, but at least their phone number and their name. I can now make my necessary notes about the person because of our conversations, but now putting it all in my CRM.
This is genius.
Genius. Now, here's even more genius. You notice here I'm a card sharer, right? But it's mostly me. And this, if we were looking at this 2 months ago, I would actually have seen other people. Because as I share out my card, this gentleman meets a friend of his who happens to need a real estate professional that can help out. Guess what? He's got my information. Hey, I might know somebody. Guess what he's going to do? He's now going to share. So guess what? Now your name, Jeff. I can see Jeff's name and who he shared it, my card with, which now I can reach out to that person. But guess what? I'm also going to reach out to Jeff and say, thanks, Jeff, for giving me a referral. Love to take you out to lunch, dinner, breakfast, golf, whatever. Thanks very much for referring me business, especially when maybe this person has called me or has not called me yet. Now I give them a call. Wow, how funny. Jeff just shared me your information. Thanks. Wow. Did Jeff call you? Yes. And told me about your information. So we can have a lot of fun with this information. Another thing, we're talking about QR codes, data as well. You've got a for sale sign. The system automatically generates a QR code for you. And actually, let me show you the better one, which is under edit this card, marketing. Couple of things here in marketing. We have a demonstration of how we want our email signature to be from Savvycard if we ever email out somebody. But more importantly, maybe I choose the one with the QR code here. Better yet, when I scroll down, I can generate my own QR code, which now I can download, copy, put on my sign writer, put on my for sale sign, my flyers, whatever. So when someone scans this, they now upload my information into their phone, which again, that card analytics, I can track that. It's kind of cool, right? And FREE. Tell it what it means to me.
Preference.
Free, right? Didn't have to come out with a ton of money out of pocket. Didn't have to work with a bunch of people for a couple of months to get everything set up, or a couple of hours. Do it in a matter of minutes.
It's kind of shocking that only 2,000 agents out of 15 are using it.
It's because people are either, oh, this is great, and then they leave the door and they forget to go have it. That's why I had everybody do it today to try it out. You know, in this case, you guys are affiliates, so if you were realtors, boom, right away. But again, talk to the other affiliates at those affiliate meetings and talk about this. But you guys will have access to the same thing.
So I just looked it up on the Savvycard website. Other boards in different parts of the country use it, and there's a bunch of home inspectors that have it.
Yep. And it doesn't, and they do have like, I think it's like $249 per year for businesses to have a Savvycard.
So on those, when you were talking earlier about, you know, when you were entering things, whether it was a vendor or person's name, and it would automatically pull their information up. If they were had a Savvycard in a different part of the country or something, would it still find them outside of Rich County Realtors? Or
I have to double check. But I think it does. Because it'll say, oh, this person's got a Savvy card. But I think like, if you may need to go down because depending on how common your name is,
Right.
phone numbers are not common. So it may need at least something extra to say, oh, this person's got a Savvy card.
Right.
But it should allow you to do that because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. But I mean, I like this. I think this is really neat. You've got your signature generator. So if you've got Gmail, you can say, there we go, generate my email signature. And then there we go. Now I can copy and paste that for my Gmail account. So now all my emails from Gmail have my Savvy card with that link, which now if they scan it, boom, they got my information. Even if I share it with another agent, whether I share it with my home lender or home inspector, which by the way, agents, share your Savvy card with your vendors, your title, your lender, your escrow, your home inspectors, because that way they have business to refer back to you. You're the only person that's giving me their information. I like working with you. Sure, I'll refer you business. Now we've solidified our business relationships with each other. Any questions on any of this?
Does Savvycard have like a main website with searchability to see like if someone loses your Savvycard, can they go on savvycard.com and find a realtor that way?
No. No, unfortunately not. I do believe their main website only gives you like this. So sign up for Savvycard as a real estate professional, automotive, business, enterprise, their own training facility kind of thing. Other than that, yeah, no, it's not
a directory.
It's not a directory. So if someone accidentally deletes,
Yeah.
hopefully they haven't removed you from their contact list. So maybe in their next phone conversation, oh, I accidentally deleted out your Savvy card, or I forgot to mark it as a bookmark. Sure, not a problem. When your phone across the way, you text message it to them. Which is fine. Which is fine. Any questions on any of this? So this is a quick class. Pretty simple, right?
It's pretty good. This is genius.
I think it is. I was amazed how easy it was to use. I know some of the, a couple of people there at Savvycard, and we've talked about things, we've brainstormed about stuff, and I just love how simplified it is. And they're always looking to improve it. So, and I think, let's see, they still have this link available. They have, yeah, their own little training school. They've got little modules, just a couple of minutes long. Brokerage video, training video guide. They also have a unique partnership with RETI.US, that stands for the Real Estate Technology Institute. So there's a gentleman out in Florida. He goes around, he's a nationwide speaker giving tech training. And I highly recommend that. Regardless of your profession. Well, it's real estate per se, RETI.US. And from here, they have classes every Wednesday, webinars. So Wednesday. Typically, all these are free, but they have more than 200 training videos. Now, to sign up for their account, the first month is, I think, $1. And then it's $20 after that per month. But it's really, really cool. Now, I think you were talking about CRMs earlier, or somebody was like, which CRM to get? There's a choice here. Now, what I love about this is that the gentleman who runs this business, it's like a 4 to 6 man crew of real estate professionals, trainers, tech trainers, and they make everything super easy. But Craig Grant, the guy who runs this, developed what he calls the CRMS. And what's nice about this, it's a questionnaire. And what he did was he basically researched and developed modules for the top 20 CRMs regarding real estate. Now, what's cool about this is that not every CRM is built the same, right? Not everybody uses the same one. If you sign up even for their dollar membership, there's a choice here called CRM Generator. What it is a 10 to 12 question questionnaire. Based on your answers, we'll recommend the best 3 CRMs that suit you, which I love. Right now, what's cool about this is that because he does all these training modules, he's actually reached out to all the top 20 CRMs and had them give the trainings. So hour-long video on the basic usage of that CRM, what their costs are, but it's them training you on how to use their own CRM. That way, after you look at it, if you're in the market for a CRM, you can now see what their integrations are like, what their costs are like. You can see if you like it or not. I do believe LionDesk is one of the top 20, so that's a good thing. But you could do that and feel comfortable going, all right, based on my budget, my costs, here's what I want. Especially if I want my CRM to do this and it currently doesn't. You may need to be in the market for a new one. And this may be good for you guys,
So
or a
this
home
is-
inspector,
This is
because,
good also for affiliate type.
yep, because it'll have
Yes,
things
so-
like, he's got, well, yeah, I mean, CRMs is contact retention management. So anything and all things are great for you guys because you want
Yeah,
to
we
keep
use
track of.
one called Zoho now.
Okay, so see if that's up there. If it's not, maybe it's a nice thing to reach out to them and say, have you thought about that one? Have you heard about that? They'll probably tell you why they didn't consider it in the top 20 out of the thousands. It probably is. It sounds familiar. What I also like about this are all of his webinars. So even for that $1 for that first month, you can access all of his stuff like taking better photos, building relationships. Doesn't matter if you're an inspector or a realtor, right? You can always build that up. I think they had one on a 3-module one on smart homes. So devices from Alexa to Google to whatever, the locks, some of those advantages, blockchain, cryptocurrency, all the big techie stuff, which is good. So try it out. So, and I do believe they had at one point in time for Savvycard a free membership to Realize. So you may want to try, ask them about it. Support@savvycard.com. Did our pen run out? Yes, ma'am.
They keep asking me to pay $149.
Well, it shouldn't keep asking you that.
Yeah, I mean, it asks you here, is that what kind of real estate, right?
Yeah, so you didn't,
Manual.
so get Savvycard. Did you type in your email address? Okay. And this is the one with the MLS, right?
Should be, right? I mean,
I don't know. It should be. The answer to that is yes, it should be.
when I log into my computer, I can get the Savvycard under my
You
MLS,
can,
but in my phone,
but it's the same.
see if I choose. I'm a real estate.
Hold on, what does it say? We didn't find an account. So it may not be the address, the email address that you currently have with the MLS.
It should be.
Should be, but it's not. That email or that blurb right there indicates that that particular email address is not what Savvycard is pulling from the MLS database. So what you could do is look on the MLS, go under your profile and double check your email. Or you may need to change your email and then claim your Savvycard a little bit later. Or give support at savvycard.com an email and say, this is my user ID, this is my current email address, why can't I claim my card? And they will research it for you. Okay? Because they're very, very helpful with that.
Yeah, I have only two email. I put it, they still
I would reach out to Savvycard and double check the MLS for your email address. Okay? All right. Are there any other questions? Oh, then you're free to go. Look at that. We're done 8 minutes early. Woo! All right.
Now you.
If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is Tony, TONY @OC. Yes, you got my information. TONY
You stuck with me.
@OCrealtors.org. Please feel free to fill in the survey. I love to be judged and critiqued. If you have any suggestions like, hey, I wish this was online, please feel free to do so. Or, hey, I like the, in-person atmosphere, say that too. Love to get that type of feedback to my supervisors. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this today and happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday.
So I have a question. for you.
Yes.